All right, well, according to my box here, we may or may not be running at 4,000 bits per second. Yeah, no, it still says it's running at 3,500. So, I don't know. We'll give it a try, see what happens. I may have to play around with it some more later. I don't want to have to spend a heck of a lot of time messing around with it.
Welcome to MLB The Show in this presentation of minor league baseball. Today we wrap.
On the other hand, I still also want to make sure that I get some actual runs in.
What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has really struggled coming into this game, right? The league is hitting just under 300 against this guy, and that's something he really needs to improve on. And it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues in this start here.
Now in the box, Craig Walden.
All right, blooped it right over that guy's head, and that's base hit number 1 on the day.
Than he is at home.
Boy, this guy is off to some kind of series, and he's one of the better road hitters in all of baseball.
Yeah, and some guys just have a knack for lighting it up on the road, getting that good night's sleep, and finding a way to get to the yard early and work on their craft.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Philip Evans.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, you're probably right.
His struggles continue.
There's a lot of things that's busted about this freaking stream.
It's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you could tell these things and exploit them.
Like the alert box isn't working the way I'd want it to.
Batting seventh, center fielder, number 15. Come on, buddy.
Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
Here we go.
Throw over to first, and the runner back safely.
It is what it is, though. I'm still learning all this mess.
The 1-2. And it's fouled away. Walden is off of first with 2 away. Whoa, right back at him, and it hit him.
Right off the pitcher.
Great support from his infield, though, as that's the 3rd out. Weird way to end the inning. Into the box now, Craig Walden. He reached on a single in his first try. From the stretch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Matheny calls for it. 1 down.
It wasn't Craig that hit the pitcher that time, but...
Leading off the inning, Craig Walden.
I guess it's just nice after so many, getting hit so many times as a...
And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
And sometimes when you're down like they are, you've got to find a way to spark your offense any way you can. Now they've got the leadoff man on base and the starter working from the stretch. We'll see if this ignites them a little bit.
Striding in, Philip Evans. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Second baseman, Philip Evans.
Shot weakly to the left. Fielded cleanly. One there. Return throw not in time, and that turned into a closer play than I thought it would at first sight. So that one wasn't quite hit sharply enough to turn 2.
Well, when you get a ground ball in a double play situation, you always want to turn it, but that was a tough hit to do it on.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Number 23, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Here's the 0-1. Chopper up.
All right, here we go.
And indeed, he won't look at second. He'll just flip it on over to first to take the sure out. Standing in, Craig Walden. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up. Ready to deliver.
That's
Here's
just
the
their
first
resting
pitch.
coach face.
Soft liner towards center. In there, a base hit.
Not every ball's going to be smoked on the screws. There's a nice soft liner in the center field that lands right before the center fielder.
Yep, Mother's Day already in Craig's world. Or perhaps
Second baseman.
it's only just Mother's Day because I don't think I've played Craig hardly at all
1-2.
in the course of this year.
Chase a pitch that bad outside the zone, you got to find a way to regroup, adjust the batting gloves, only look over the heart of those 17 inches.
Hey, get a good one up there, huh?
And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the third strike, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 2 left. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. Binghamton leads it 4-3. Now at the plate, Craig Walden. He's 2 for 3 thus far.
Craig Walden.
Get ahead of him right here.
First pitch on its way. Hit
I
down
really
the line
like
at first.
Smart Baseball.
But a foul ball here,
Smart
0-1.
Baseball. Baseball. I really like Smart Baseball. It's a good book. Another book that I would recommend
And a fastball
is,
way off target here, and it's
I don't know if
even
it's
at
available on audiobook, but it's called The Shift by Russell Carlton, Carleton.
1-1. The swing and a liner to left center field.
All right, drive in a run for Craig in the top of the ninth. Another insurance run.
And this will not
That
be
means
close,
nothing.
and the run will score easily.
But yeah, The Shift is a book about about a lot of different subjects, more about shifts in thinking than the literal shift in players on the field. And the baseball documentary is just Ken Burns' baseball. It's like a 10-part miniseries that he did that covers the history of American professional baseball, and to some extent, like, they touch on like Japanese professional baseball, I think, and like they took a baseball team to Japan back in the teens or the 20s or so, I think. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Swing and he pops him up, and this is going to wind up.
Another one I like, another good book I like was The Only Rule Is It Has to Work. Don't remember the names of the guys who wrote it.
Hit hard.
It was
Dives,
oh
but he
hell,
can't
who
pull
was
it in, and it's down the line into right. The relay throw won't get him.
No, not coming to me. But it's a story about a couple sports writers who get the opportunity to run a
Now batting,
independent
number
league
15.
baseball team
He's got runners in
and
the
make
corners
all
here with
kinds of
only one
decisions
gun.
they want, as long as it produces results on field.
Popped him up. Hernandez.
Haven't read Juiced.
Route number 2.
There's one I want to read called The Arm by Jeff Passan, who is all about pitching.
Now at the plate, David Thompson. 2 doubles for him to this point in the game.
There's a documentary about the knuckleball that I would like to see that's just called Knuckleball. I think there's one about the fastball that would be cool to see.
Misses, ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Looks good. No one better. Here we go. Hey, need you right now. Here we go.
Here now the 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in a run because the runner at first will be in motion.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Grounded to short, reined in. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Top of the order due up, and Binghamton is out in front, 6-4.
well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
A one-run game, 6-5 the final today. The Rumble Ponies came through and it mattered in the ninth.
I played I think I've mentioned this in the past. I played a knuckleballer in previous years of the show, and it was a lot of fun. It was just kind of weird and different. Playing somebody who's, you know...
A player new to his AA squad gets a tip from one of his coaches.
Whose characteristic about their control is that they pretty much have no control. Matter of fact, I wonder if I can pull him up. There he is, George Ramos. Knuckleballer for the... Oh. They don't want to let me do it because I didn't get to the next year. That's stupid. What else do we want to do? I think I'm going to play another half hour of something, and I'm going to call it a night. What do you think? I got Jeremy Parham, I got Ernest Justice, play some more meatball. I got a relief pitcher I've been screwing around with, Sam Selby. I can show you John Contreras, the guy that I had been playing in the show 17 most often.
Welcome to MLB The Show 18. First off, let's get you up to speed on one of our new features.
How's it going, Ant? Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you back.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Sinker velocity, and cap. Get the caps up, I think. How you been? It's been a long time, like you say. Been faithfully using the top of the zone curveball. Media's doing okay. He was an all-star right around the time that people were saying that he was rumored to be sent back down.
MLB The Show's coverage of Thomas Crow is ready to go as he'll be on
today.
the
what I got for you is just a...
What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, man, we're getting
very intimidating.
Really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of
fastball thrower.
1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
John Contreras here is a fireballer, guy who throws in the Nolan Ryan mold.
He's called out on a close play at first.
As you can see, four-seam fastball at 99-100 miles an hour.
Danny Echeverria, he'll get to take his first cuts here. Here comes the first pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. But this is foul for the first strike.
The pitching motion is the Nolan Ryan pitching motion.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that one stayed too low, apparently. So let's take a peek at our...
So this is the kind of mold that Jeremy would grow into if we take him anywhere.
Hey, behind the dish, D-roll, Larry Bullard. Pretty standard guy, works. The only problem, I think, at times, hitters have a little bit difficult time on that inside corner and outside corner. Not very
Have you ever seen the Craig Kimbrell stance?
That's the one
oh,
thing. If you turn around and say, is that as far as you're going on
bad fielding. Bad fielding.
You know, they say there are no bad hops on the ball in the air, but you wouldn't know it after that play. I'm not sure what caused him to completely miss that pop-up. It doesn't really matter. His pitcher's going to have to pick him up now.
Christian Yelich comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. And it's 1-1.
Be grateful that Jason doesn't pull crap like that.
Crawford backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. Jake Lamb standing in now. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. First pitch coming. Here it is. And that one just missed outside. Echeverria, the runner at first with 2 gone. Lamb swings and it's hit very well out to right.
Oh dear, 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 dear.
And that's a home run.
Upper deck. Not the double play I had in mind.
Charlie Blackmon now. Blue first. And no problem over there at first as he flags this one down to end the inning. So now to the plate, the pitcher, John Contreras.
Okay, guys.
He'll get his first opportunity in this one. A ball and no strikes. These Marlins, as they take the field this afternoon, they come in on the heels of a victory last time out, but they've been in a bad stretch recently, losing 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Hey, Matty V, we're taking a look at a team right here, D-Row. Through 5 games of this homestand, they're 3-2. I know they were expecting more, but they'd like to win this one here today and get that up to 4-2 on this homestand.
Yeah, this is an important one right here. You don't want to go 500 first 6 games, especially at home. On the road, you can deal with it. At home, this is a must-win.
Under it is Ozuna, and there are 2 gone now. Up next from Miami.
All right, let's
Derek
try this
Petrie.
crap again.
He's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And here's one that misses the leadoff man in the inning. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1. 1-1 now the count to the Marlins first baseman.
100 miles an hour on that fastball, folks. Your eyes do not deceive you. That's what John Contreras can bring to the table.
A ball and 2 strikes.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's through for a hit. With that, the Marlins get a good start to the inning with their leadoff man aboard.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is, they're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball
so
for a single.
Imagine the hands of a clock or the face of a clock, and a 12-6 curveball is a curveball that will drop from the 12 to the 6 on the face of the clock.
Here comes the 0-1.
It's a curveball that you throw overhand that drops directly down. It has no horizontal break. A regular curveball is one that has some glove side break. So for a pitcher, right-handed pitcher, you would say that a regular curveball has like an 11 to 5 break on it. It'll curve from right to left for a left-handed for a right-handed pitcher, whereas a left-handed pitcher would have something like 1 to 7 break. It would fade from left to right.
The thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new way.
There's also a pitch called a screwball, which is basically the opposite of a curveball's break.
But there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
A curveball that catches the inside
screwball
corner.
will actually break from left to right for a right-handed pitcher, and it'll break from right to left for a left-handed pitcher.
He needs to start thinking about maybe working that back door, or that could get some serious damage done to it.
The 0-1 pitch.
And no, a changeup is a different kind of pitch entirely. It's held in the same way, or it's held and thrown in a similar way to a fastball. It just comes out of the hand a lot slower, so there's a differential in speed and a deceptive delivery that makes it harder to hit.
Yeah, clearly no
Like,
problem
I don't know if you
working
were
out
ever
the stretch
watching
right
when
now,
I
Matt.
was
He's taking control of
pitching
this
and
inning
saw
after
which of the
giving up
pitches
that
I was
hit.
swinging
Now
at, but
we'll
like
see if he
whenever
can finish it
a
off
changeup
strong
would
as
come
well.
out, odds were good that I would be early on it because I was
Well, he punched out
swinging
the
on
last
it as
guy,
though
but
it were a
he didn't get
fastball,
any favors
and it
from the blue
was
on the first
coming.
pitch
I
in
was
this
swinging
at-bat.
early
Probably should be
because
ahead
the
of this
delivery
hitter
came out
instead of
slower
behind.
because it was a changeup.
The 1-0.
Swing and a miss on the
That's the first
changeup there.
Dietrich leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. A ball and 2 strikes to the Marlins pitcher. Down the third baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
The closest I ever came to baseball in real life was when I played T-ball in when I was like 5 or 6.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Well, see, the difference, the thing that is distinguished here is that Jason throws what's called a 2-seam fastball, as well as a cutter. And the hold, the grip on those, as well as the kind of position of the ball in the hand, will cause that ball to have different break compared to where it would normally come out.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final
And what he throws is called a circle changeup, which is a changeup. It's held in a particular way that causes it to have arm side action, so it'll fade kind of left to right when thrown. So it has the same kind of break as his 2-seam fastball. It just is slower and it'll drop more before it gets to the plate.
Of Miami Beach's Art Deco. Here's D. Gordon now.
Leading off for the Marlins, second baseman, D. Gordon.
First pitch on its way. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
I mean, there's also things like the slider, which is thrown similarly to a curveball in some ways, but yeah, I mean, there's just a whole continuum of pitches out there. There's 4-seam fastballs, 2-seam fastballs, cutters. You got changeups, you got splitters, you got forkballs, curveballs, sweeping curveballs, slurves, sliders, sinkers.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
You know, it's a fascinating field.
Danny Echeverria reached on an error and then eventually scored in his first at-bat. And they go right after him on the inside
they've
corner
got
for strike
the
1.
Shuto, but I think the
Bases
Shuto
are
is
empty,
basically
1
just a fastball.
We got 1 here.
Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed, his 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Hang on, what are my settings here? I'm on legend. That's what I thought.
Christian Yelich. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And he takes
The Shuto's basically just a sinker, which is itself just a 2-seamer with more vertical downward break than horizontal.
2 to go.
Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
Come on, baby. Eat up, grab it.
Let's see if we can't get this. Not so much. I was
short
shooting for
Jankowski
an immaculate
on his
inning
horse.
there,
He gets there to make the catch, and
where you
that
strike
ends
out the
inning.
side on 9 pitches.
1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. And after 3, it remains a 2-2 tie. Digging in now for Philadelphia, John Contreras. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Now a flare out toward right center. Gordon ranging into shallow right.
Okay.
And that ends the end. So here's the
well, you know, and it's worth
Jake
noting
Lamb.
that
And remember,
a lot of the information that I share on this channel is not firsthand knowledge. It's information that I've gathered from reading and watching and listening to baseball media. So it shouldn't be taken as authoritatively as, say, if your coach tells you to do something. And that's been the attitude I've always taken, has been, you know, don't do something just because you hear me talk about it or see me talk about stuff. Christian, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by.
All right, come on now.
Hit in the air out to center
Pop
field.
fly, center field.
Herrera's there. He's got it one away.
I don't know enough about the Rangers to feel confident making a prediction of that sort, but I don't think they're gonna take the division from the Astros or anything.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Slider right over the middle, taken for a strike.
We're moving along in this one, heading into the middle innings. This guy continuing to pitch well.
Favorite team is the Philadelphia Phillies.
Over 70% up to this point in this game.
Though I'm interested to see how the Padres will do this year, and I guess my AL team would be the Seattle
Or
Mariners.
Chuck Nasty, as he's commonly referred to. He was taken in the second round during the 2008 draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
I don't think there is a cheesesteaks minor league team. Seems like the kind of thing that a minor league team would call themselves.
Line drive to left.
I mean, I am happy that we signed Bryce Harper. I don't know if it's, you know, I'm excited to see what he can do, but I'm not 100% confident he's going to be the transcendent signing that everybody thinks he's going to be. We still really need a better, you know, third pitcher in the lineup. 102 fastball, my goodness. I mean, we got Nola, we got Aaron, or not, I keep trying to say Arenado. I, of course, mean Jake Arrieta. We got Nola, we got Arrieta, and we don't have a solid known quantity for our third, fourth, and fifth pitchers. So, not sure how we're going to do down the stretch if we can't shore up the rotation. I mean, we've done some work to get the bullpen fixed up. We got the lineup fixed up. We got the outfield fixed up. Hopefully, we won't have such bad defense this year. But, you know, pitching, starting pitching especially, is going to be kind of a question mark, I feel. Be interesting if the Padres do make a championship push this year. Do you plan to put some nugs on that, Christian?
Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
Here now the 2-2.
Sorry, I'm still thinking in terms of this baseball Discord I'm in, where there are too many minors in the server, so you can't bet money. So instead, they bet they'll eat a certain amount of chicken nuggets if they some condition comes true.
First delivery to him on the way. Hard hit.
All right, right at first base.
To the bag himself for the out. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Thomas Crow. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
Well, you don't have to eat them all in one sitting.
No errors in the game for the Marlins. Now it's 2-0.
Can't allow yourself to lose focus right here with the pitcher up. Got to stay on the attack. Minimize pitches against these guys and put them away early.
2-1.
Okay.
Here we go, boys.
2-2.
Hey, don't pitch your pitch.
I'm sorry, I don't understand Korean, but thank you for dropping by. Hello.
Pitch to put an end to the inning. Miami down in order through 5. All even at 2-2. Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, D. Gordon. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. This is line to left.
Yeah, that sounds like Jason
that
to
gets
me.
Down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 6th.
It's kind of a heuristic that I learned from 4chan back in the day. Basically, like,
they have in mind strategy-wise here. Set.
If the
pitch.
characters look like slightly
field.
rounded in places, like there's a lot of ovals and circles and stuff, it's Korean. If all the characters look really scary and complicated, it's usually Chinese. And if there's complicated characters mixed in with more simplified characters, it's usually Japanese.
At the plate, Christian Yelich. No hits to this point.
Center fielder, Christian Yelich.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Missed with a slider.
Well, that's a great
That doesn't sound like
right
Jason
there,
at all.
that slider
1.01
down and in.
ERA.
That's one
You
of the
kidding me?
toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A good pitch.
Oh my!
The long bomb.
It bangs against the giant cement pole and gone.
Well, this game is definitely out of the norm from this guy. I mean, his ERA is in the 2s, and they're just hammering him all over the yard. That earned run average will be on the rise after this one.
Yeah.
Jake Lamb standing in now as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
Gone yard.
Strike 2 called on the inner half. 0-2 now.
Hey, that's obviously the game plan against this guy. Bury it in on his hands. He finds himself down 0-2 now. He doesn't know if he's coming back in there or going breaking stuff down and away.
God, I'm still mad about that no-hitter that what's his name broke up in the Astros game. Still salty.
Here's another one that's drilled.
Gosh, dang it.
Jankowski looks up.
Bye.
Gone.
Leaping off the bats. And this, my friends, is why I didn't play John Contreras into Road to the Show 19 or 18.
Matty V, this is kind of a mini home run derby deal. A ball flying out of the ballpark today.
Just great approaches by both lineups today. We were around the cage during batting practice. Both were super confident, and it's coming to fruition today.
1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
Yeah, I mean, physically, he's a freak. And I think I bought all his points up as high as I could get him.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. On his way to second is Blackman. And he'll reach second now with one away.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head. One hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even
losing location.
Derek Dietrich comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And that's in there for his strike, 1-1.
Come on, let it fly right here.
And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now, he needs to think about this hitter.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. And that misses ball 4. So it's first and second now with only one away.
And that'll be his day.
Takes the mound to try to get.
Yeah, that relief performance for a car, it would have had some wobbly wheels on it. He gave up a couple of runs, but he still gets the save, getting that shaky car across the finish line.
All right. Well, I don't know. Is there any other stuff that you guys would like to see today? Because I think I'm ready to take a break and maybe settle in and do some recording for Jason tonight. Yeah, just for comparison, this guy regularly did something like 12, 13, 10 strikeouts a game. It's just kind of his thing. Of course, he also played in the game that I was able to buy up all his stats with stubs, so yeah. Look at that dead-eyed man. Aramith, thank you for dropping by. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to decide how much more work I want to put into tonight, because I still have to do some recording later, and I don't think I've had dinner yet, so I need to figure out kind of what I'm doing here. Probably play a little something else for you guys for a while, if you guys are still interested. Otherwise, I'm probably going to call it an early night here, because, you know, you guys have work. I don't have work tomorrow. It's my weekend, but still have... I'll play... How about I play a little bit of Chipperwood? Get Chipperwood out here. Get some relief appearances in. Chipperwood, of course, is yet another new character that I've created. I've actually run up against the limit on save files for Road to the Show, so I need to start deleting old files in here at some point. But he's meant to be more of a strikeout kind of like a trickster kind of guy is what his archetype is or was.
We'll see how much longer the umpires can
yeah, Matt, right now,
you know, it's early enough. I could probably still do teriyaki or something. Kind of tired of burgers, all told, but I could do them.
Really getting soaking wet.
Anyway, he's a four-seam.
And he struck him out.
Well, I have more than four.
That's his second strikeout.
I have more than 4 Jason saves. I've got like saves all over his history. I go back to like the 2018 AA postseason. I can do the saves in like right after he got traded. We can see what his life would have been like as a Pirates prospect.
Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
I work nights, so I'm used to like hitting up drive-thrus and just going for whatever. Whatever's open at like 2 in the morning.
Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I don't use them for, you know, the purposes of editing videos. It's just having them on hand when stuff changes.
way
Well,
too late
that's
there.
kind of a lie. I did save Scum to get the Boston Red Sox. Because otherwise we would have been on the fucking Cincinnati Reds, and I don't think anybody would have wanted to see that.
He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
Behind 0-2 now.
All right.
6th inning. 4-1 is our score.
Let's try that slider down and away.
Got him swinging.
All right, immaculate inning.
In the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Back with more
3 batters,
Sunday Night
9 pitches,
Baseball
3
following
strikeouts.
So stepping in, Johnny Crespo. He singled his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Late that time for a strike.
He's going to need to shorten up and get that foot down a little bit earlier.
I think if it were the majors, they might say something about it, but because we're down in the minors where everybody's still trash, nobody says a thing.
Count. Here's the pitch. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Hey, he's got excellent stuff working right now. Somebody has to make an adjustment. You're seeing a lot of late swings. No one's getting the front foot down. No one's getting the barrel to the baseball.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
I'm having a lot of fun with Chipper here. The pitch repertoire is something that I've been thinking about for a while. He's a right-handed pitcher, so in theory he should be weak against lefties. They should have an advantage when they see his stuff. But that's why I've given him both a slider and a screwball.
0-1 count.
Because
a wave and a miss.
The screwball is a pitch that breaks from left to right, and when thrown against a lefty by a righty, in theory, it's one that's harder for them to pick up because it's breaking away from them.
Little back to the mound.
Come on, Chipper. Get him.
And that's the 2nd out.
If I were doing another plain filthy, if we're talking like a starting pitcher, I would probably go 2-seam. Oh gosh, I don't know. I would probably go 2-seam,
so striding in,
regular curveball, and
one. It was a ground out victim last time.
Maybe a splitter.
Hey, 2 out.
First pitch of the
but through a series of shenanigans, Chipper here is a.
Him there to start the at bat. It's 1-0.
I know you're standing on the mound. You got 2 quick outs.
Yeah,
right
that's
here,
basically the joke. He's wood chipper. He's chipper wood.
Number 2 hole batter up at the plate. He has a chance to get on and get the big boys up.
And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
But for Chipper here, because of a series of shenanigans, he is a plain filthy archetype, and he throws a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a
This is flared out.
I mean, I was just suggesting those particular pitches because they're a little bit easier to find. So,
this is the cat and mouse.
You might,
right here. Batter versus pitcher.
Cutter's fine. Cutter's fairly common. Sweeping curve is a little bit rarer, but you might be able to get it to work. Vulcan change. Haven't seen a heck of a lot of those, honestly.
2 strikes. 2-0, your eyes light up, and the batter didn't miss it.
Into the box now.
So, I mean, pitching is like anything else in baseball. If you can make it work, it doesn't matter kind of what you do. It just has to work.
Hey, pitchers, you better start taking notice of this guy. He better be circled on that lineup card because he's on fire. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game right there, and I don't see him stopping.
In now, Kenny Moon.
Like, if you can make a pitcher work with a curveball 12-6 and a screwball, nobody's going to question it. It just has to work.
Swinging a hard hit ball down the line.
And that's going to get down for more runs.
Extra bases, as that'll get one, if not both of them home.
There isn't one in the game itself, but if you go to the Operation Sports forums, there is actually a chart for how those pitches break in the relative to their in-game location.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we could say that cold streak is officially over. That's his second hit of the game.
But you're right, you know, it's a little bit challenging.
This game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
They do, though, I'm going to jump out in here, they do have the strategy guide, which will tell you about your various pitches. The whole pitch type menu.
No. He's taken strike one. Moon stands at second with 2 gone. No offer on that.
Well, somebody on here was talking about their pitch repertoire. I don't remember who it was, but it was like screwball, knuckleball, two-seamer, changeup, something like that.
2-2 pitch just missed.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
Fouled off. 2 out here and a runner at second. Lifted down the line in left. And no one will track it down. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on Michael Pock.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this.
After trying this player out in a new role, his team likes what they've seen. They consult him on the possibility of a more permanent role change. The player accepts the move, but makes his long-term positional goals clear. A recent position change has this player reassessing his developmental goals.
Yeah, I feel like we had this discussion about team names in the minors. Considering that when you have good players on your teams, odds are good they're not going to stay on your team for very long. You got to do a lot of little shenanigans to get people to actually come out to your ballpark. Yeah, he's a 2-minute man.
Plate Buddy Richard comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch on its way. Takes a high fastball for a strike. No outs, nobody on.
What about Birmingham?
And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2. And the screwball got him swinging, 1 gone.
Swing and a miss on the screwball.
At the plate, Rod Herndon. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point.
Well, I mean, in the abstract, all that the team's job is to do is to have you know, minor league players get game experience.
Now a fastball
What
off the
about
plate away, a
Birmingham?
ball and a strike.
I don't know. It's just the team that Chipper's playing for, so I feel obliged to say something about it.
The 1-1 home. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
Hey, see it. Drive it like you can. Let's go. Come on, guy. Get your pitch right here. Ball 2.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Hey, let the cat up there, huh? No one better.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. Stepping into the box, Doug Keys. He got called out on strikes his last time through. Pulled high.
Fly
in the
ball
air
out to the
right
track.
field. Lamar has it in his tracks. No trouble with this one. And
Okay.
the inning is over. So only 1 hit in the inning on this. Standing in, Enrique Acevedo. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Now he'll step off.
Enrique Acevedo.
He's set and the pitch. Right over the middle, knee high. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Hey, nobody.
And that one just missed outside.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a
I don't
big
think
stick
there's
in
a
the
heck of a
lineup.
lot of them
Sometimes the
near
toughest
me,
thing
so
is to be
I
aggressive
haven't
and
really
throw
had the
strikes.
chance to.
The 2-1.
Haven't really had the chance to go look at any of
Waves and
them, yeah,
misses for
but
strike
I know
number
they're
2.
out there. We've got like a
And a
summer
good
collegiate
right-to-that
league,
slider
like a
as he
league for
swings through it
baseball
for the first
players
out of the
from
inning.
college to go play in the summer to
Pitching
keep their
certainly
skills
has
up.
been on display in this one. And
We got
there's
one of
the
those
evidence
teams
of
in
it
town.
Right there. 1-0 our score. As there
Of course,
are an
we're
awful
also
lot
in the middle of a
zeros on that
sustained
line
effort
score
to
this
try to bring a
point.
Major League Baseball team to our city, so
First pitch on its way.
not sure that that really counts
Hold off
for
on the
much.
slider to start the at bat. It's ball 1.
Hey, let it rip one time. He's right here.
Swing and a miss. A little too anxious there. 1-1.
Hey, let the cat up there, huh? See it, drive it.
1-1.
Yeah, round it, find the ball.
Line drive base hit.
Well, I mean, you know, in a lot of ways, not having a team isn't, or having a
Into the
team isn't
box
as
now,
big of a
Felipe Delgadio. No
isn't
hits
as
in
big of a
3
thing
tries
as you
so
would like
far.
it to
He
be.
struck out once.
Delgadio.
Or rather, the benefits
the
to having a
stretch,
team
here's
are
the
not as
pitch.
great as
And that
the
pitch
team
catches
owners
the
would have you
inside corner.
believe they are.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts
I
a
think
ground
what
ball
I've
in
seen
play,
is that the
defense is going to have to make a perfect turn.
economic benefits to actually having a team locally and having a stadium in the city are neutral at best. And a lot of the jobs and economic benefit that are brought by having a team locally are offset by the congestion and the lack of use for other purposes that it causes.
Providing much out of the 3-hole in this one. Hitless in 3 at-bats so far. First delivery to him on the way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Before the 0-1, he'll check on first. Runner's back.
Hey, shoot away now. Hey, go, let's
He's running. Strike taken, the throw. Way
Bad
late,
throw.
and he's in there easily at second.
That's
I did see
pretty
that
savvy base running, right?
documentary.
A lot
I
of
love
pitchers
that
don't throw
documentary.
over twice in a row,
I actually
so
made
I
my
think he was going on first
my Diamond
movement,
Dynasty
and it
team, the
worked out
Portland
nicely.
Mavericks, in honor of that documentary.
Hey, like you can, like you can.
Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We've played 8 full.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball.
It's
these
on
days.
Netflix, as I
Both of these
recall, so
pitchers
it should
pitch
be
awfully well.
easy enough to just go and watch. Oh, they're bringing us into the top of the second here. Or the bottom of the second. Top of the second? Where are we? Top of the second. Huh?
Next will be the designated hitter,
Bottom of
Patrick Kivlahan. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night.
Designated hitter.
No balls and a strike to count.
I mean, technically that segment was a NPR. That was an NPR segment originally that just got animated, so it kind of was a documentary.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Down line, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
The 0-2 once more. Misses, that's ball 1.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by
Pizza
luck.
Mania, thank you for
He really
dropping
knows
by.
the
I
strike
appreciate
zone
it.
And his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
The 1-2. Bouncer to the left side. Foul.
Yeah, you should
Right
probably just
there.
watch any of Robin
On
Williams'
first
stuff
in
on
time,
General
one away.
Principle, honestly.
In now, Buddy Richard. As you get a look at his current righty-lefty splits entering play in this one. Here's a strike.
So just, I guess, as a bit of early warning, I am probably going to cut it short here at about 8:30, so in about 10 minutes or so. I do still need to go get dinner, so
A wave and a miss. A
happy to
tick
keep you guys
behind the
company
good
for a little
fastball.
while longer, but I am going to have to call it a night sooner or later.
And he got him.
Swing and a miss. That'll be 2 outs.
Digging in, Rod Herndon. And you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Let her rip. Here we go.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
In today's game, if you're try and drive
All
right.
to him on the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Nothing across here this half. Replay 2 full.
Top 5 favorite sports in
Generals
order.
win it 1-0.
Let's see. It'd probably be baseball, college
Ready
football,
now, Jared
soccer,
Pendergast. He also had
hockey,
3 hits in the win last night.
and I don't know, cycling. Like in order of things that I would actually like to watch.
Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
Hey, you can do it. No one better. Let's go.
I guess golf might be in there somewhere, but like I can think of
guess
a lot
he's
of things
really
that I would
trying to
rather do
measure
than
that
watch a golf
fastball
game.
in his first. Anything about it.
I mean, if I had the opportunity to have a cinematic view of him in actually doing pitchery things, I would have used that. But unfortunately, the only way they had me in the
and it's been a real struggle for
in
him with
the
bat so far this
what's it
year,
called,
looking to
the
get things turned around in a
All-Star
hurry.
Game cinematics was with a bat in hand.
He's set. Here it comes. A fastball that just misses inside.
Hey, we got one here.
They're saying that with the way that the new caps are going to work, it's actually going to be worthwhile to teach your player how to
Sometimes
bat,
it can be difficult
teach your
for a
pitcher how to
pitcher
bat, because
facing
you
a
can
guy
get them
that's
up to
not known
99
be
eventually.
A big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw
Oh, come on.
Too
Chip.
tight with that one.
Come on, Chip.
3-0.
You got this.
Archie Bowers is on deck. And he takes
No, you don't
ball
got this.
4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. Digging in, Archie Bowers. He'll look to bounce back after striking
Oh, come on.
out his last time up.
That's
One
ball
no
5.
strikes the count. The 1-0 home is a ball below the zone.
Boy, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0.
Acevedo, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. 2-2 now.
Hey, one time right now. He's going.
He swings and misses. Throw down. And it's far too
late. Strikeout on it.
Steals second with ease. Coming to the plate now, Felipe Delgado, runner in scoring position.
I just don't have a lot of a chance to sit down and watch sports.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter
like I was saying,
instead of behind.
Basically the only sport I have a chance to watch is MLB because I have the app that lets me watch it on my phone.
Scoring position at second with 2 down.
I also have the minor league app for that matter, so I can watch my garbage local single A team play whatever other garbage local single A teams they play against.
Little dribbler up the first baseline. He's got to hurry, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So no run. Michael Pock.
They're going to sub in a player there.
And they did some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win.
Wow, went to 14 innings before they finally won it.
Yeah, he's certainly.
Yeah, I mean, we did eventually have some good players in our organization. It's just there's a lot of kids that come through, and they usually don't stay too long either.
The evaluation of minor league prospects is not only the business of team. From the ranks of hundreds of minor league prospects, determining which prospects will be those superstars is big business, and getting in on the ground floor is smart business. This prospect has become the object of a notable sports management company's attention. However impressive an agent, but a fledgling must leave the nest, for a big world awaits. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping.
All right, I guess I will go ahead and finish off this last game, and that'll probably be the last thing I do tonight.
Of tomorrow. Chipper Wood is on the mound for game 2. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matt, this guy kind of is a throwback to the old, remember Fernando Valenzuela with the Los Angeles Dodgers? A screwball, and we don't see very many of those. This pitch will break opposite of his arm side. It's a very tough pitch to throw and a very tough pitch to hit. He's one of the few that makes it work in the league right now.
Now batting, Nicholas Maddox, and we are set for baseball here this evening. Right side, but it's well fouled. Fellas are home 9 as they begin play here this evening. They've been on the skids recently, losers in 7 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, they lost last game only by 1 run. Those are the tough ones. But I'm sure they've looked at the film, made a few adjustments, and let's see if they can give a better effort today.
2 balls and a strike to count.
Hey, let it fly up there, huh?
Takes a
All right.
fastball on the inside corner.
Hey, let it fly right here.
Here now the 2-2. And that's a
Reaching for
swinging
the screwball, and that'll be strikeout one.
The throw to first is in time, 1 down.
It's funny. With Chipper, I actually
So
had
coming
him
to the
no hit
plate,
for
Saul
pretty
Allen
much
will
like
get to take his
7
first
or 8
cuts here.
innings.
First pitch on its way. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. Lifted down the line in left. Schmoll is after it, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. Stepping in, Mariano Montano. Man at first for him following the 1-out single.
Mariano
In there, and it's 0-1.
Hey, let it fly up there, huh?
Foul tip held
Foul
on
tip
to
the
behind
slider
the plate
for
at
strike two.
1-2.
In a double play situation.
Let's try the screwball down again.
Strike 3 called. Nasty screwball there for out number 2. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Floyd Patel. And it's been a real struggle for him with the
Runner.
bat so far this year. Looking to get things
And they
turned
got
around
him.
in a hurry.
Nice.
And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Another look at the throw down that results in a 3rd out on the bases. It's on to the bottom of the first. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Floyd Patel. And it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year. Looking to get things turned around in a hurry.
One pitch,
Shot
one
on the
out.
ground is short. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
All right, here's how the home side's lining up defensively. And diving into the numbers on this team, the one thing that jumps off the page is the fact that these guys can flat play deep. The highest fielding percentage in the league. Something to focus on today when you're watching this one.
No balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well. And
Screwball.
into the zone.
Down and away.
If you take
Have a
look at this
great
guy
day.
So far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
So we got him swinging. Jonathan Lacey is sent packing for out number 2 in the inning.
Batting second base.
Now to the plate, Aire Adrianza. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. 2-0 now.
2 tough sliders right there, but he was able to lay off him. Might have bought himself a fastball in this situation.
Lifted the other way to left center.
Loop out to left
Calling
field.
for it, Schmoll, and the inning
That'll
is
end the
over.
inning.
So they go quietly here in this half inning. So digging in now, Miguel Reyna, 7-8-9, bottom of the order, set to go here in the 3rd. And he fouls this one off. The 0-1. Favorable call in there for a strike.
Hey, get your pitch up there and do something with it. Let's go.
Now a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss on the screwball again.
4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with a strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Oh, and he just blows the fastball by him for strike 1.
Yeah, guys, the key to hitting in the big leagues is to hit off the heater, and this guy is obviously sitting something else.
Hit on the ground to short. Faust comes up with it. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning.
All right.
Settling
That's the goal
in
here.
now,
Pitch
Darren
super efficiently.
Ferrin. He drove in his club's only run.
On account of you don't have the stamina to get into long battles.
Here comes the first pitch. And a fastball just a bit high. 3rd inning, no score to this point. lifted down the line in left.
Crushed it.
And this will wind up a foul ball. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning.
Only 5 strikeouts
So
through 3 innings.
Through this half of the inning, we'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0. So striding forward now, Nicholas Maddox. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings.
While I'm thinking about Maddox, I actually added a tracker on Jason's stat sheet to track how many Maddoxes he gets in a season without me having to actually think about it or count him up.
Now at the plate, Saul Allen. He reached on
And
a single in
he
his
is
first
already
drive.
at 4 through only about 4 years of his professional career.
From the stretch.
When you consider
Way in
that
front of
even,
that fastball.
you know, in terms of
You might see a change of game
In
plan
terms
right
of,
here from the pitcher and catcher.
career
They have to find a way to get
standings
these
for
guys
them,
off that early count leader.
he's
Look for a
already
little
tied
bit
for
of
about
change of
4th or 5th in terms of most Maddoxes in one career. Second place is only 7. And the man
Outside for a
himself,
ball,
Greg
1-1.
Maddux, only pitched 13 in his career. So it might be that the day might come where we have to call a performance like that a parum.
The 2-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
Hey, your pitch right here.
Ground ball foul down the left side. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
Popped him up. And this will land foul.
So, Jacob, a Maddox is a complete game shutout thrown by a pitcher in under 100 pitches. So, the pitcher has to throw 9 full innings, collect 27 outs. They cannot allow any runs in the course of the game, and in the course of throwing that 9 innings, they have to throw fewer 99 or fewer pitches.
That was some great situational
It's
hitting
considered
there.
to be
After
a
surveying
real,
the field to see
not
what the
exactly
defense was giving him,
a
the
rare
third
feat
baseman was
necessarily.
well off the
It's certainly
line,
not
and
as
he had no
rare as
chance
something
to
like a
make play
no-hitter or
as
an
he
immaculate
sprayed it down
inning.
the left field line for a 2-bagger.
But
Pitch of the
it's
at-bat
considered
on
a
its
feat
way.
of real
And a
pitching
fastball just a
efficiency
bit up.
and you know, kind of mastery of your craft. Pop
Hit high
up.
to the right side.
I got it. I go.
Cruz is over and he tucks it away.
I mean,
for
I
the
think-
second out.
I don't think it's
That's
called anything
exactly
special
what they
because I just
wanted out
don't
of that
think
pitch
that
up at the zone.
there's been all
They
that
took him up the ladder,
many. There haven't
and
been
he couldn't
enough
get up to it.
no-hitters
So that was an easy pop-up.
that
Well
a no-hitter
executed
under
pitch there.
100 pitches would be considered particularly special. It would be a no-hitter and it would be a Maddox.
Stepping in now, Floyd Mattel, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
You're down now.
This is skied into short left
Another
center.
pop-up.
Faust has got it, and the side is retired. So no
39
runs here on
pitches
the base
through
hit,
4
no
innings,
errors,
not
and
bad.
One man left aboard. On now to the bottom. Leading off the inning, Jonathan Lacey, and they'll need him to get something going here. Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball 1.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Line down the left field line, but this is foul near the seats. The 2-1 home. Taken, strike 2.
Yeah, there's only been 299 in the probably about 150 years that there's been Major League Baseball.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch.
That sounds correct, Jason. I think, perfect games. I think there's only been about, 18 of them, maybe 20. They're certainly a hell of a lot more rare than the garden variety no-hitter. But
lifted the other way down the left field line.
Yeah, the perfecto, then the immaculate inning, the no-hitter, and then maybe the Maddox. And the Maddox is becoming more of a rare beast these days anyway, just because of how few managers let their pitchers, their starters, go 9 innings anymore. It's like pitch counts and everything. So if you want to pitch that long, you might as well. If you want to go 9 innings, you almost have to go 100 pitches or fewer.
Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
Yeah, but, part of the consideration you have to have in the minors and such is that the level of competition is lower.
And that one stayed too low, apparently.
So, yeah, that gives you kind of the idea of what Jason missed out on that one game with the Astros, how close he came to joining history.
This is line to left. And that finds some outfield.
The proven closer is a boondoggle.
Man, I watched Chipper Jones for years, one of the best switch hitters of all time, work on his craft under the tunnel. It's not easy to put the time in, but bottom line is, one of the reasons why they do it is the ability to work the whole field.
1-0 the count. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul for strike one. Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit.
We're starting to give up hits now, which is not a good sign.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
Now batting, left fielder.
Into the box, Encarnacion.
Well, I haven't done the math for myself, so that sounds about right.
He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 0-1 on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Encarnacion is right there as he takes it for the second out. Stepping up to the plate, Darren Barron. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Missed with a slider. And that pitch catches
a no-hitter is super rare, so
Adrianza over at second. Reyna on at first with 2 down. Hit on the ground out for short. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over.
I mean, you could say that,
so the lineup
but you'd be wrong because it would be e to the negative. Number one, it'd be e to the negative 4.
Started as we begin inning number 6.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Comes set with the 0-1. Grounded foul toward
making
the
contact with
dugout.
its fastball now. That's not great. That's why we got Showtime, right?
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Lifted in the air out.
I mean, if you can
field.
count baseball championships won before they allowed black players into the league, then you can count anything.
But he has it for the first out.
And I don't mean that. I guess what I'm trying to say is we count records going all the way down back to like the dead ball era. We count records back when, you know, you had a ball in 5 pitches outside the zone rather than 4 or 3 or, you know, whatever it was. We changed rules all the time in the original part of the game.
Ready. Here's
You know, the game just evolves over time. It doesn't. It's not always the high offense kind of launch angle revolution that it's been these days, and it won't be this way forever.
But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attack in a philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles.
I mean, there used to be baseball where it didn't count if you threw it outside the zone. The goal was to make it so that the batter could hit it, and you had to do it as many times as you could until the batter got a hit on it.
The 2-1. A little bouncer. Foul ball, strike 2. The 2-2. Hit back up the middle. Faust over to his left, on to first, and there were 2 down.
Hello again.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mariano Montano. He flew out in his last.
Like I said, I don't speak Korean, but welcome to the stream and thank you for coming.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
The goal, I mean, the object of the pitcher was not originally to try to get the batter out. The object of the pitcher was to throw a ball for the batter to put into play.
On top of that, there's some pop on that on-deck circle.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece. 3-0 now.
Come on.
He's been throwing strikes all day, so you're not up at the plate thinking he's going to walk you in this situation. You need to be aggressive and sit hard at the plate.
And he gets the call there, 3-1. In there, and it's full 3-2.
Fell behind early in this one, 3-0.
And Chipperwood gassed after just 5 2/3.
That gets down, and the inning continues.
I don't know that we're ever going to get back to the days of dead ball necessarily. We're never going to get back to the game where everyone's hitting the ball for, you know, hitting, bunting, just looking for little bloop singles and stuff. But, you know, I don't think that we're going to stay the way we are forever.
And they definitely did that right here, coming through with a big win at home.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1, the final score. The Birmingham
All right. Well, I think that's going to about do it for me on account of I am just about as much out of gas as Chipper Wood just was. So I think I'm going to leave you guys here. And I appreciate you guys for coming out tonight and keeping me company. I hope I was able to entertain you guys for a little while. And until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark. Grim, have a great night. Thanks for dropping by. And the rest of you, thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you next time around.